Hey guys, how's it going? Cripan here. So today I actually went back and played some Diablo 3 a little bit. After I played a few games of Hearthstone, I decided I'd screw around Diablo 3 and just because I wanted to do it, just because I thought it was fun, and it was, and maybe I'll even play it tomorrow. And in this little adventure, I learned about the big, huge, game-breaking exploit that completely ruined Season 1 and all this and that, and I know a lot of people are upset. And I know some of you guys watching this video are going to be disappointed to hear that I don't think it's really a big deal. I understand some people got a lot of Paragon levels quite unfairly as a result, but in general, I feel it doesn't really affect the game that much. So let me explain. The exploit, which has now been hotfixed, so I'm sure I could very easily talk about it, involved greater rifts made in games that had a high torment. So the bug is actually a very logical one. In fact, if it wasn't Diablo 3, I'd be surprised that it passed screening, but it is Diablo 3, so there's probably many more pleasant surprises out there like this one. Someone probably just thought of it, and cleverly so. It does work, or it did work before it was hotfixed. In Diablo 3, when you create a party and people are killing stuff within a rift or a greater rift, when you're in town, you get experience for that. So what people were doing were they would make greater rifts which are independent of the game difficulty. So a greater rift level 1 is just as easy if you made the game on normal or if you made the game on Torment 6. However, if you're one of these bums leeching experience in town, you do get experience while you're in town based on the difficulty of the game, regardless of how much XP is actually gained in the Greater Rift. So the clever little trick was that you would get your friends to clear Greater Rift on like level 1 or 2, or just some, absolutely face roll difficulty, and other people would stay in town and collect Torment 6 experience, which is, well, quite significant. So the reason I don't feel this affects the game too much is, one, not that many people did it before it was hotfixed. A lot of this has been brought to attention because a few streamers ended up doing this and benefiting a lot from it, and they haven't been banned. And when someone who gets views does any kind of small exploit, there's always the crowd that really voices their opinion and thinks these are scum of the earth, and ban, 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 ban. Why are these losers able to do this? Why are they not banned? All the rest, fine. There are some people who are out there who probably legitimately so have been doing this for a very long time, usually with exploits when they're hotfixed. It's days after the masses found out about it, which is usually weeks after, best case weeks, but in this case we know it's weeks because the Greater Rifts are not that old, after everyone else, all the few people who had thought of it had exploited it fairly sufficiently. The reason I don't think this affects the ladder too much is, one, the ladder is generally not that competitive. I mean, the aspect of Diablo is, you have some fun, you collect some gear, you explore new content. In terms of the competitiveness of the ladder, it doesn't make much sense. There is some competition, some people do better than others. It's kind of cool to see how high Greater Rift you can do, but at the same time, I don't think really that many people actually care. And within this crowd, there might be a few that did this kind of exploit, got, maybe 50 or 60 extra Paragon levels that they probably shouldn't have. And anyone who's exceeded that probably is on Blizzard's radar and may actually get banned for really abusing this bug. But, that's just what I think. They may never get banned, they may never have any consequences. But in the end, Season 1 has been kind of a breath of fresh air for me, at least for a game like Diablo 3, which really needed it. But there have been a lot of issues with it. This is one of them, but let's be real. There were going to be issues. These are very small things that went wrong, all things considered. Yes, it sucks if you've been grinding Paragon levels and some people had done it unfairly, but that's Diablo 3. So, I don't know. I don't think it affects it too much. I'd imagine in the future perhaps seasons will be more competitive with the Greater Rift ladder, or perhaps in other ways And maybe then when it's more tightly tuned, when there's more people actually trying for this stuff, maybe then it might actually make a real difference. But right now, I don't think it's a big enough difference to get all mad about. So that's my take on it. Hope you guys enjoy it. I know I do. And I'll be playing Diablo 3 maybe a few more days scattered here and there whenever I feel like it. So don't be too surprised when you see a video, regardless of the fact that I've already said it's a little bit pointless to play at this point. But still, fun is fun. It's why I play pretty much all the games I do these days. So no big deal. Good stuff. See you guys tomorrow.